Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back. Tell a friend. Hey everybody, here I am with another pirate ship comparison video. And today we're going to look at the Lepin Black Pearl or Lego Black Pearl, whichever you'd rather assume it is, and the Kazi Black Pearl. Now, I decided to do this video because I got asked this question by a viewer once, on which Black Pearl do you think is better to buy. And so I figured I'd pull them both out and show you guys and give you guys my honest thoughts on them. So let's get into it. And then here we are. Here they are, basically both lined up at the end. Back ends of the ships equal. And then here is the fronts. And you can see the Kazi Black Pearl sticks out much, much further. And that's because the Lego Black Pearl or Lepin Black Pearl is actually quite a small ship, where this Kazi Black Pearl, as we see here today, is the second largest Lego type pirate ship ever to be made. The only one that is larger is the official Imperial flagship, Lego or Lepin, whichever one you get. That one is larger, and I plan on comparing those ships in the near future as well. But as we see, but for this video, we're looking at these two, and that one is clearly much, much, much larger. Now, just because it's larger doesn't mean it is better all across the board, because it is not. I mean, the official Black Pearl, let me just start off by saying what it has going for it the best is that it's the more iconic ship, and that it's the one that is in the movies. This is, the Lego version of the one from the films. And because of that, it has a much more iconic and eye-appealing, value right off the get-go. So, I think the guy that asked in the comments about these ships, I think he ended up going with the Lepin Black Pearl over the Kazi Black Pearl, and I think that was one of his, big reasons. And then also one of the, big advantages is just going to be brick quality in general. Lepin bricks are pretty good. They're almost Lego quality. Some people would say they are Lego quality. I won't personally go that far, but they are very, 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 very close. Where Kazi bricks tend to lean more towards the not so good side of things, and I'll get to that in a minute. So yeah, that's another big advantage of the Lepin Black Pearl. And then of course, one of the biggest advantages is the captain's quarters. If you've seen my other videos, I speak very highly of the captain's quarters on this ship. It is very, very nice. It's one of the better captain's quarters you're going to find. Very, very well done. So, that's a huge, huge advantage for this ship. And there's like the inside view. You can see I got it decked out with mostly characters from the films. If you watched my Lepin Black Pearl review video, you will know I complained, about the cannons, and I actually did end up breaking them just so they, appear to work, even though they don't. And then of course, this whole rigging thing here, that was one of my major complaints as well. So I will address those real quick here for you guys. So of course, neither set is going to be perfect whichever way you go. Unless you go and get the Lego Black Pearl, you're going to pay more money for it, but that would be the closest to, perfect you're going to get. The sails on this Lepin one, I do like better than the ones on the Kazi ship, but they're by no means perfect either. Again, you need to get the official Lego ones for, real good sales. But beyond that, the Kazi Black Pearl just dwarfs, absolutely dwarfs this ship. Let's pull this one up and look at it. Now I did make a lot of changes to this ship versus the ones you're gonna buy out of box. This little platform here, I built this and added it kind of based off the one on the Imperial flagship, just because I wanted a more place to stand, because it only comes with it these side rails here. So and you can't, unlike the Imperial flagship, you can't take the sails off and get down below. It is extremely, extremely hard to access the lower quarters of this ship. But having said that, I would rather it have the lower quarters than it doesn't, because these ships all are supposed to have those, and that's one of my complaints with like these newer ships. I mean, there's no lower quarters down there. What you see is what you get. Where this, there is the two levels. So even though this one is by no means perfect, I would rather have the flawed version of a lower quarters than not have one at all. And then beyond the actual bricks, you're gonna run into problems with the Kazi bricks. Uh, Super glue is a must. I didn't super glue everything on this. Like that can come off. But I did super glue a lot on this ship. And the biggest thing you're going to need is these masts. It doesn't have the Technic pins holding it all together, so they're very, very feeble, and they will just fall right apart, and that will be your biggest problem with this set in particular. So I ended up super gluing all of the masts together to hold them up, and it works out well. And then another change I did is these sails. What we did is we took the original Kazi sails and we literally just glued fabric over top of them to make them look like fabric, because they were just paper sails, and I absolutely detest paper sails. And another thing I do like about this one is this was made for a place to hold the dinghy on the ship's main floor, which I think is a really cool option that I wish more Lego, Lepin, brick ships across the board would take into account. That's definitely a cool option. And let me take the dinghy out, and you can see inside there, and there's the two doors, one on each side, which isn't really necessary, but that's what it did. And you can see there's stairs going down to the lower levels, if you want to go down there. I equipped this ship with 8 cannons, but it only came with 4, well, 5 counting the one up top, because it does have one back there. But I've gotten into discussions with people about these, but as far as my knowledge goes, and I'm pretty knowledgeable on these ships. This ship, the Kazi Black Pearl, the Imperial flagship, either Lego or Lepin, the Queen Anne's Revenge, either Lego or Lepin, and then the Skull Eye schooner, the old Lego ship, are the only ones that have the 4 cannon port, on each side. So essentially, these ships can have 8 cannons down in their decks, which really makes them a lot more fearsome when you come up on them than most of them do. Like the Black Pearl only has 2, and you can see how that just fell off there. That's that's the Kazi bricks for you, right there. It's a perfect example how they're not quite as good. Now, I mean, for the most part, they're okay. My feelings on them is, 9 out of 10 of them are just going to be completely fine. but then you're going to run into the 1 out of 10 that just the clutch factor is almost like non-existent. So when I was building this, I did have to substitute out for some official Lego parts here and there. But when it comes to any of these like knockoff sets or generic sets, you're going to run into problems with it. And then with the captain's quarters, I can't really show you guys in there very much because there's really no way to access it. And that's that's the biggest like design flaw I'd give this ship. It really only opens up right there, and it's very, very little. Like you can't really get in there and access it good at all. It's a cool captain's quarters that you build. It's just basically inaccessible, which is kind of a shame. But so that is a knock on it. But I will say this about this ship: the Kazi design is actually pretty good for the most part. Like I haven't seen Lepin build a creative design that they didn't steal from Lego or steal from Amakis, but it literally came up with on their own. They haven't designed anything as good as this ship is. Now, to be fair, this is a clone of the Imperial flagship, yes. But there's enough of a differences in them that it's really more of a unique design, in my opinion, than a complete, rip-off of that ship. And when I compare those two ships, I'll get into that more then. And here I have them lined up again in the rear. And again, the Kazi ship just towers over this one in just about every way imaginable. The flags are roughly even. The flag on the Kazi ship, I actually took off one of my Lego ships. It does not come with one of them cloth flags. It comes with the hard plastic ones. But so here they are, and I hope people can get an idea of which one maybe they want to get. Again, both ships are flawed. The Kazi ship is a lot more flawed, yes. But if you're willing to spend the time to address the flaws on it, I do think it is the better pirate ship. It's not. They kind of cheated by giving it the name the Black Pearl, because it's not the Black Pearl. This is the Black Pearl, where that one's just a black pirate ship, and I kind of made it into my ghost / like zombie type crude ship. You can see there's my captain for it. He's definitely an evil character, where this one is literally the Black Pearl from the films, and there's Captain Jack and the whole 9 yards. So in my opinion, you can't go wrong either way. If you're gonna ask me which ship I would rather have, if I only had to pick one, I would go with the Kazi ship, because it's larger, it's more fearsome, and I don't know, I just plain like it better. But again, this is the more iconic of the two, and my collection did feel incomplete without having the actual Black Pearl with Jack Sparrow on it. So if you feel like me, you got to get both, to be honest. But I do prefer the Kazi ship, push comes to shove. And anyway, so that is my video for you guys today, comparing and contrasting the two Black Pearls that are on the market. And I hoped I helped some of you people out, decide which one you might prefer to add to your collection. Thanks for watching, everybody, and continue to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys all again soon. Take care.